Banjo Kazooie and its sequels are often considered the best platformers of all time, and some go as far as to say they even surpassed Super Mario 64 as being the best platformers on the Nintendo 64. Even though the series has been dormant for many years, fans are still waiting for a proper sequel in the forms of Banjo Kazooie 3. I predict banjo-threeie is actually coming soon. Banjo Kazooie was developed by Rare, or Rareware at the time, for the Nintendo 64 and was released on June 29, 1998, and its sequel, Banjo-Tooie, on November 19, 2000. After Rare was bought by Microsoft in 2002, they continued releasing Banjo Kazooie games for the Game Boy Advance in the forms of Banjo Kazooie Grunty's Revenge on September 10, 2003 and Banjo Pilot on January 12, 2005. These games received mixed reviews. Despite this, Rare went on to develop the third entry in the series. Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was released on November 11, 2008, exclusively for the Xbox 360. Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was a huge departure from its predecessors, as it ditched its platforming roots in favor of centering the game around building vehicles to complete challenges. Fans of the series were very disappointed in this entry, but despite this, Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts received generally positive reviews. It has been over 7 years since the last Banjo Kazooie was released, and many fans have given up hope on this franchise, but I predict that Banjo Kazooie is coming back and is probably in development right now. What evidence do I have? Well, let's take a look. On April 1st, 2015, Nintendo announced a Super Smash Bros. Poll in which people were able to submit votes for upcoming DLC characters. Banjo Kazooie was one of the most requested characters on the ballot. Microsoft noticed this, and Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft's Xbox division, tweeted, "I think it would be cool if Banjo was in the next Super Smash Bros. DLC. We worked with Nintendo on Rare IP before, no issues." As we all know, nothing came from this, but it did put Banjo Kazooie on the radar as they realized the series still had a strong fan base. At this time, Rare Replay, a compilation of Rare's 30 greatest hits celebrating their 30th anniversary, was just about done being developed for the Xbox One and was announced at E3 and later released on August 4th, 2015. This compilation included Banjo Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Around the same time, the Kickstarter for Yooka-Laylee, the spiritual successor for the Banjo Kazooie series, was officially announced and raised $1 million within a day. With all this attention to Banjo Kazooie, Microsoft must have noticed that the fans really do want the series back, whether a sequel or a reboot. Rare is currently developing a game called Sea of Thieves, a pirate-themed adventure game, which is what Banjo Kazooie was originally going to be when it was at its early stages in development. Coincidence? I don't think so. If Rare brought back Killer Instinct due to popular demand, then it's not unlikely to think that they'll bring back Banjo Kazooie, so I predict that a new Banjo Kazooie game is going to be announced at E3. It has been in development since the middle of 2015. My prediction is more probable considering Yooka-Laylee is set to release later this year on October for all platforms, and it would be a strategic move to announce Banjo Kazooie before the release of Yooka-Laylee, as it would bring more attention to Banjo Kazooie and thus make it a highly anticipated game. It would also boost the sales for Yooka-Laylee for the Xbox One version, as many people would buy the game as to wait for Banjo Kazooie. Either way, it will be a win-win situation for Microsoft. So what do you think? Will my prediction come true, or am I just speaking nonsense? What are your opinions? Hello, I'm a Regal Gamer. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will be uploading content every week, so make sure you subscribe. Click on my previous video to learn about the history of Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.